Good morning, guys. It's Thursday. It's July 13th, and at the moment, I am currently 7 weeks and 2 days away from my first stage appearance this year at the NANBF Central Valley Classic in Fresno, California. I'm doing a guest posing there, and the last probably 3 to 4 weeks, there's been a sense of urgency. The rate of fat loss has been really slow for me this prep. Part of it definitely purposely. My approach with this prep has been one where I wanted to take a really balanced approach as far as like life and bodybuilding. So I purposely, haven't been too hardcore. I really wanted to, ensure that I maintain like date nights with my wife and still, being able to function as a human with my family, and just being, a little more social. So the progress, because of that, it's been a little on the slower side. So I really haven't buckled down too much. But with that guest posing fast approaching, over the last 2 to 4 weeks, I've really ramped up my NEAT, or my non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So basically, the energy that I'm expending outside of the gym, outside of weight training, outside of cardio, I've been really being mindful of that, and I've really increased that activity level. And basically what I've been doing is doing a lot of home projects, like installing floors, painting, doing a lot of cleaning, and things like that. So just really, my NEAT has really amplified over the last 2 to 4 weeks, and it's really kind of expedited that fat loss. So I'm seeing more along the lines of, a pound per week of fat loss versus the, half a pound, or even on some weeks it was like less than a half a pound or none at all. So basically I wanted to, talk about that as far as NEAT and how important that can be, to one's protocols as far as, in prep. For me, just to give some context, so prior to me picking up my NEAT, a typical day would be, anywhere between, 8 to 9, 10 hours sitting at my desk working athlete reports, doing Skype. So really my NEAT was very low. So the majority of my day is sitting in a desk chair. That still hasn't changed. I'm still sitting in the desk chair, but basically what's really changed is the time I get off work to the time I go to bed. Like prior to me picking those the activity levels up, it was, okay, get done with work, go do my weight training, which for me, my volume isn't that high. So it's not like I'm expending a lot of calories, with my weight training. And then maybe from there it would be, maybe doing something with my son, but it wouldn't be nothing too crazy. So it's just kind of really a sedentary lifestyle. So, in order for me to, if I was to maintain that pace or maintain that NEAT at that time, I would have to basically kind of really lower my calories down quite a bit in order to probably see more fat loss. Now, the risk with that would have been if my calories get too low, then potentially that could actually lower your NEAT down, just because you don't have as much calories coming in. Your body's not going to be willing to move more. You might even move less. It's like, okay, dude, you're not feeding me. You're actually cutting calories down. So that doesn't give me any reason to want to move. I basically want to, ensure that I'm, preserving as much fuel as possible. So I'm not going to feel like moving for you. So, sometimes you'll get more lethargic because you're lowering calories down, and then therefore your NEAT can actually decrease. So it almost can be counterproductive to lower calories down further. So that was kind of where I was at. At the time, like I said, 2 to 4 weeks ago, the calories are still the same. I haven't increased my calories or decreased my calories since I picked my NEAT up. It's right around 2,000 to 2,100 calories on my low days. So I've basically kind of just kept the calories there, but that's where my calories were at prior to picking my activity levels up. So to further decrease my calories from 2,000, 2,100, a guy of my size, that would probably be not too pleasant. Just the hunger levels, the irritability factor. I don't want to be an asshole to my wife and kids, so it just didn't make sense for me to lower calories down. It made more sense to say, you know what, get my ass out of my chair, and move more so. So that's basically what I've been doing. Building new fence, installing new floors, painting, and so I'm just basically really kind of making it a point to just pick up that NEAT and to make it a really conscious part of my protocol now. So moving forward with the remaining of this prep, that's basically what I'm going to do, is just ensure I keep moving. The only thing that I'm seeing that's potentially an issue is that because I've gotten a lot more active, my body's not used to installing floors, it's not used to painting, that basically my weight training was affected a bit. I just didn't have the same type of energy and recovery ability. So what I did was I took a pretty decent deload. In a sense, I basically stopped training for a week to let my body kind of get accustomed to the new workload that I was putting upon it. So I'm back in the gym now, but I've tailored my training down just a notch to allow for good quality training, good performance, but more importantly, the ability to recover from not just the weight training, but also from the extra NEAT that I'm now doing. So that's been kind of the biggest, I wouldn't say downside, but biggest revision I've had to make as far, because of the added NEAT, was to kind of revise the training a little bit to ensure I get that quality in there. But other than that, moving forward, it's just I'm going to keep, just being aware of that NEAT and keeping it, as high as I can keep it. Because basically, yeah, it's just my body's now kind of, burning a lot more calories. So therefore, I'm seeing the physical results of that in the fat loss. So basically, I just wanted to, touch on this. Maybe this will help someone out there that, remember when you get into those, maybe those last phases of your prep where, energy levels are getting pretty low, but you're not really progressing as far as fat loss, and you're tempted to maybe lower calories down further. Maybe that's not the answer. Maybe it's actually, hey, let's get you moving more so outside of the gym and the cardio. So just keep that in mind. Hopefully this was helpful, guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you on the next vlog.